Brightline is South Florida's new commuter rail service, beginning service in 2018. Current service is between West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami, with future high-speed path to Orlando. My big question is there access to the most popular South Florida cruise ports? We're going to find out today on Seymour Seas. Hi everyone and welcome. If you live in South Florida like I do, Brightline is our new commuter rail service that's gaining popularity very quickly. It started in 2018. It does have main stations currently in West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami, with 2 satellite locations now open in Boca Raton and Aventura. The Orlando segment, which will be high speed, is set to open here in a couple months, and they also have plans to extend that all the way to Tampa. These are very clean, modern trains and stations, so I decided I'm going to take a ride for myself and see what this was all about. Do we have access to Port Everglades and Port Miami with future access to Port Canaveral? We're going to find out. Hi, if you're new here, I am Doug, and this is Seymour Seas, your cruise tips and planning channel, where I hope to help you and your family pick, plan, and enjoy your next cruise vacation. If you find this video helpful in any way, as always, please do give it that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Okay, let's get started. So my test drive on Brightline was going to be between Boca Raton and the main Miami station. I'm going to show you how ticketing went, how boarding went, check out the stations, check out the trains, and all the services on board, and then we'll provide some final thoughts and recommendations at the end. Ticketing for the trains is very easy. You just go to the Brightline website, you pick your day and preferred time, and you will see that there are some saver fares on non-peak times, but there will be a smart fare, which is basically your coach or business class, and then you have your premium cabin, which is your first class. You can also do this on the Brightline app, and I do suggest that you create a login and account on Brightline as well as the app prior to purchasing your tickets. That way, that ticket QR code will be on your app and your phone when you get to the station. You do have full ability to select your seat ahead of time, and you will see that the seats are in opposite directions and they are grouped sometimes with a table in between if you are traveling with a group or you and your traveling companion want to sit across from one another. You can also pre-purchase parking for the day as well as a ride to your end destination via the website and Uber. For boarding, you want to make sure you have that app loaded prior to purchasing your tickets because it is self-service and you do scan your QR code before you go through the turnstile. Go through security just like you would at the airport, and then wait into the station until 3 to 5 minutes before the train arrives, and the doors will open and staff will show you and tell you exactly where your car picks up and unloads. For baggage, one of the things that I did learn is that any bag that is bigger than 28 by 22 by 14, as shown here, must be checked. It will be in the baggage claim area at your end destination. There are racks within each of the cars as well as overhead space for carry-on luggage smaller than that or backpacks and purses and other personal items. I left from the Boca Raton satellite station, which I prepaid for parking for the day, and let me give you a brief tour of what that looked like and what a small station consists of. So coming from the parking garage, you can see that it is very well labeled, and you head right into the smaller station. As you reach the platform, you will see that there are sliding glass doors here with ticket kiosks for same day of travel available. So you can just walk up, buy a ticket, and if you've pre-purchased with your app or with a printed receipt with the QR code, you scan that there, go through security, and then enter the main lobby. They do have shuttles in the parking garage if you do have large luggage to bring down. As you move through the lobby, there is a workstation there with charging stations available, and I saw people here working prior to getting on the train. The bathrooms are located here, and then as you make your way to the back of the station, the premium lounge is located just outside the doors to the main platform. So premium lounge are those for the premium first class car. There is a snack area available. This is self-service. If you have preloaded a credit card onto your app or your online account, you simply scan your QR code, you walk in. As you leave, it will automatically scan the items that you have picked up and charge your credit card. You can do that if you have not pre-registered credit card by just swiping it here and scanning your QR code. I think that was a pretty slick design. About 3 to 5 minutes before the train arrives, the doors will open and the staff will escort you out to the platform. They will also show you where to stand for your particular car that you've selected upon seat assignment. I was in coach 2. So you'll see the storage area there to the right, and then you've got a lot of overhead storage. The smart car is put into a 2-2 configuration, some with tables facing one another, and then you have all of this overhead storage available. My train was very, very empty. Luckily for this trip, the seat itself has a small drink holder, as you can see, and then a fold down table that is plenty of room for your laptop. Each seat also has charging available for you and your traveling partner. And we do pick up a little speed as we leave the Boca Raton station heading towards Fort Lauderdale. There is full drink service available with an attendant that will come through the cabin with a cart, just like an airplane, and there are menus for that in the seat pocket in front of you. So as we come into Fort Lauderdale, it is one of the major large stations, so there's going to be a lot of services available in that station, such as full ticketing, customer service counter. You're going to have a full snack area that you can purchase things, a full bar, as well as the premium lounge. The track is east of 95, so it really does hug the coast quite a bit, so it is not that far from the port itself. So if you look at the locations here, it's very, very close to Port Everglades, and it is quite a bit in from I-95. If you get an Uber, it is going to be estimated here almost $19, and the route takes you back on I-95. I think if you took a more direct route, it would be faster and probably a little bit more less expensive. One thing about the Fort Lauderdale station is that we only stopped there for probably 3 minutes, maybe 4, and my concern is if I checked one of my large bags that I was taking on my 7-day cruise, how do they get those bags off so quickly and down to baggage claim for me to pick it up? This is one of the major concerns I have, and I did speak to somebody in Miami about that exactly. So the next station is Aventura, which is on the north side of Miami. As we come into the station very, very slowly, we only stay there for about 3 minutes to load a few passengers. I took this time to do a speed test on the free internet, and it came in at 6.7 download and 5.7 megabits per second upload, which was enough for me to do my YouTube videos and to stream videos. As we roll into downtown Miami, we slow down and are advised that everybody must get off the train because this is the end of the line. As we depart the smart coach car, you can see the 2-2 configuration here, and everybody needs to make their way off the train and gather their belongings. As you arrive in Miami, you are on an upper level and you must get off the train and make your way to the escalators or stairs leading down to the arrivals area. Once you land in that area, you can exit the terminal and begin to go into the main areas where you'll have bathrooms as well as many shops and different services available to you. This is a really, really great terminal. Very, very clean, very modern, very new, lots of signage, very, very easy to navigate. Right over there is where you will enter to go back to the trains. But if you want to go out and meet your ride or catch an Uber or taxi, you go downstairs. There's customer service to your right, and to your left right there is where baggage pickup will be. Customer service again to the left right there, and you've got a coffee and juice bar with snacks available right there as well. You make your way out of one of two exits and you're able to arrange for pickup, taxi, or personal car pickup. The Miami Central Station is very, very close to the port. It's only about 1.5 miles or so from the port, and it is a very inexpensive Uber trip to the port. Now, the Port of Miami and Brightline are working on an extension of the train to actually have a stop at the Port of Miami, but those plans have yet to be finalized. My return trip to Boca originated in Miami, and I went back into the main Central Station and made my way up to the departure area. When you get into that area past security, there is a lot of workspaces available. You have a full bar and restrooms and shops available. And then down that corridor is the premium lounge. You scan your QR code at those turnstiles, and then there is the draft beer and the wine available. You do scan your QR code there at the red lasers. Once you're inside, it is a very, very spacious, very comfortable work area and meeting area. There's charging stations at each and every seat. And then there is an absolutely fantastic snack and buffet area that you can take advantage of as well. Here we have lots of different choices, crudité and dip, which was replaced by caprese salad. You've got lots of different cheeses. You can make your own salad, and there's various salad dressings available. You've got a charcuterie board area that was refreshed a few different times. And then you've got lots of crackers as well as utensils and plates available to you as well. On the other side, you have some fresh fruit. You've got some candies as well as some trail mix. And then you also have some dessert items as well with some sweets and croissants. I had a wonderful lunch with that caprese salad and the meats and cheeses. It was an absolutely fantastic stay in the Premium Lounge in Miami. And the views were pretty good as well. As we made our way back to the train, you can see that the premium car is car 1. And as you enter, there's a little bit of a different atmosphere and lighting. There's the same storage racks as we saw before. And you can see that this car is now split into a 2-1 configuration and is a little bit more spacious, I think. And there's also the same tables for the 2 or 4 people sitting together. Here's a quick little review of me coming back in the premium cabin. Hey guys, we are on the return trip and I am in the first class cabin this time. The seats are pretty much the same, I think. And the only difference is this is a 2-1 configuration instead of a 2-2. So not sure what the big difference is. They did ask me for my ticket this time, so we'll see what that's all about. But this has been an amazing adventure and I highly recommend it so far. It wouldn't be an official train tour without a tour of the bathroom. So these bathrooms were very, very spacious, very clean, and also wheelchair accessible. As we make our way north, you do go by Fort Lauderdale International Airport. However, there is not a stop here, but the Fort Lauderdale station is just north of there, so it's not far away. We started to make our way to Boca Raton. As I gathered my belongings, I thought that this was a very viable alternative for the South Florida cruise ports. That was a really fun day and a fun test drive to the two most prevalent ports in South Florida. Now, the extension to Orlando is about ready to open in the fall of 2023, which will gain us access to Orlando and then a future extension over to Tampa. They are also planning on a Cocoa, Florida station, which will service Port Canaveral. So this allows the entire state of Florida, specifically Central Florida and South Florida, to access all of the major cruise ports. That would be Tampa, Port Canaveral, Port of Palm Beach, Port Everglades, and Port of Miami, all by Brightline. This is going to be a game changer for the South Florida and Central Florida cruise port industry. I think it's a wonderful thing for the cruise passengers, especially those that live in Florida. North Florida, Central Florida now has full access to the South Florida cruise ports. Now, one of the things that I will recommend is that you check and compare the prices of parking at those ports as it relates to what, say, a family of 4 would cost for 4 tickets round trip on Brightline. These trains are very, very new, very comfortable, free Wi-Fi. If you go in the premium cabin, you also have free snacks and cocktails, and it is a very, very enjoyable ride. I did think that the premium cabin was not that much different than the seats in the Smart or Coach class. So if the prices are substantially different, I don't see any reason why you can't be just as comfortable in the Smart fare. Now, I do still have that baggage concern for checked baggage, but they did assure me that there are dedicated staff members on board each train that monitor the baggage drop-off at each of the stations, even though there's only a 3-minute turnaround. And one last final thought is that, again, make sure that you set up your online account and your app prior to purchasing your first ticket. The reason being is that the QR code for the ticket, if you've purchased it before you have done that account setup, it will not appear on the app and you'll have to print your QR code or retrieve the email confirmation that Brightline sends you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. If you're looking to book a cruise, you can always contact me at the email address below to help you plan and fully book and manage your cruise vacation. Thanks so much for showing up today, and as always, I'll see you again soon.